We took a trip to Pinnacles National Park in California, where we hiked along mountains and canyons, crawled through pitch-black caves, and saw some great views. Pinnacles is located in Central California. There are two entrances, a west and an east. However, there aren't any roads through the park that connect to the two entrances, so if you want to visit both sides, you have to drive around the entire park on the south or the north. We started off at the west entrance of Pinnacles. We parked at the Chaparral Trailhead Parking Lot and headed out on the Balconies Trail. It's a 2.5-mile hike along canyons and through caves. The first part of the trail is a casual walk with great views of the mountains. We got to a split in the trail where we could either go through the caves first or the cliffs first. Both trails meet together in a loop. We decided to take the Balconies Cliffs trail route and started a moderate climb up the hill. We reached the top and got great views of the surrounding mountains. As the trail descended, it looped around and turned into the Balconies Cave Trail, leading to the caves. As we neared the caves, we went through a narrow canyon and climbed over some rocks. We got to the gate at the entrance to Balconies Cave. It's dark inside, and flashlights are an absolute requirement. The path can be narrow and involved climbing over rocks. We passed by some hikers who had taken the caves trail first and were going in the opposite direction. As we got deeper into the cave, there was no longer any outside light and it was pitch black. There were some challenging sections that required climbing and maneuvering one person at a time. Just keep climbing up until you have me. Take my hand, okay. We climbed out of a hole from the first cave, walked a short distance, and then descended into the second cave. We walked through a tunnel and stooped under large rocks wedged in the walls. Keep going. We neared the other end of the cave and the light started coming in. There were more large rocks suspended in the slot canyon. We then reached the gate at the other entrance of the cave. You did it! Walking a short distance, we connected back with the first part of the Balconies Trail. From the west entrance, we drove to the city of Salinas to stay the night, then drove around the north side to the east entrance of Pinnacles. We parked at the Moses Spring parking area and started on the Moses Spring Trail. It's a 1.5 mile round-trip trail through the canyon, caves, and by a reservoir. There are a few splits where other trails branch off, but we stayed on Moses Spring. Then we continued onto the Bear Gulch Cave Trail. We went through a narrow slot between large rocks. And arrived at the entrance to the Bear Gulch Cave. It's dark, but there's still some light that gets in. The path approached the cave gate entrance, and it becomes pitch black with flashlights as a necessity. We climbed up some stairs in the darkness. There was one spot we had to get on our knees to crawl through. We emerged from the first cave and walked through some rock formations. We entered into an area that was shadowed by large rock structures. They led to a second cave, which wasn't quite as dark. It ended with a long stairway up the side of a cliff. At the top of the stairs, we arrived at Bear Gulch Reservoir, where we took some time to sit and enjoy the views. We then headed back down the path, down the tall stairs, and back through the second cave. Prior to going back into the first cave, we took the Moses Spring Trail. It goes alongside the canyon above Bear Gulch Cave. The trail descends back down into the canyon and connected to the route back to the parking lot. The cave hikes in Pinnacles National Park are unique and can be slightly challenging for young kids, but are very doable. We loved the experience, and it left us all exhausted.